Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. Paul and Jessica Atreides have been taken in by the Fremen. Now they need to learn to adopt their ways and adapt to the sand life. This way they can harness the power of the sand and get vengeance against the Harkonnens. And maybe the Emperor himself. We got some casts from the previous Dune movie, as well as a bunch of newcomers. And that brings together an ensemble of actors that is a true force to be reckoned with. Obviously, Timothée Chalamet is the fucking man. And as I've said before, he never misses. Paul Atreides in this is so fucking cool. He matures from this emo kid that we previously saw into this bad motherfucker savior of the Fremen. He's a goddamn prophecy come to life, and it's awesome. Zendaya as Chani was good. I think that she's the furthest from her character in the books, and that's something that I had to adjust to. But if you don't know about the book stuff, shouldn't be a problem. Christopher Walken as the Emperor of the Galaxy. He does his Christopher Walken thing, and you don't think that it's gonna work, but somehow it works. This Muad'Dib, you gotta get him. Florence Pugh is the Emperor's daughter. She's very good, kind of a small part. She will be amazing in Dune 3. Very good things coming from her character in the future. Austin Butler as Fade Rapa. I was not that confident in his acting ability. I was just wondering if he was going to be Elvis guy forever. I was wrong. He delivered, he sealed the deal, he was perfect. What a villain. I think he's gonna be one of those voice guys like Tom Hardy is. He's gonna do a different voice for every single character, and in this, that did work. Obviously, my dude, Javier Bardem as Stilgar. Fuck yeah, probably my favorite character. That dude just knows how to embody a character. He was amazing. Jessica, I really hoped that she was gonna be more of a hard ass in this than she was in the last one. And you know what? She was the hardest ass. She was vicious in this. She killed it. Fantastic cast. I'm not going to talk about one specific cameo. You can find that out on your own. And I'm very excited to see how that's going to play out in the future. Stop what you're doing and go see this movie right fucking now. I'm not saying that this movie is the best movie I've ever seen, but I have seen more movies than most people. And I do believe that this is the best movie theater experience I've ever had. This is a must-see on the big screen. If you're even considering holding out and waiting till it streams, stop right there. You're gonna regret it. While I was watching it, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm not interested at ever watching this at home. I only want to have this experience. And I've never thought that about a movie before. Normally, when I see something great in the theater, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to watch this a million times at home. Not this. I would rather pay 10 more times to see it in the theater. It's never gonna be the same at home. Actually, you know what? I never think Dune 2 should ever leave the movie theater. Keep it in theaters for all of time. And when I say it's the best experience, I mean just that. Visually, I was in awe of how big everything was. The desert is huge. The explosions are huge. The music is huge. The sandworms are fucking huge. There's vast amounts of people in huge spaces. I just can't imagine seeing all of that at home on a smaller screen. The story takes what you learn from part 1 and it builds it up into action. It takes its time to tell a story, but there's also very little downtime. It naturally progresses the story correctly. Somehow you're just always moving. And the story itself, it's fucking fantastic. Are you kidding me? Paul and Jessica have to convince an entire race of people to believe in them, to rise up against an empire. Those are the types of movies that people talk about for decades. Good versus evil. Faith versus reality. Fucking vengeance. Nothing comes easy to these characters either. We see sacrifices made for what they believe in. Sacrifices that equal gains. As far as adapting the book, movies have to navigate around books that they're adapted from to work on screen. As a fan of the books, they did skip a few things that I would have liked to see. But I do understand that they didn't need to bloat the runtime. For what they kept and what we did get to see, I was very happy. I'm curious to see how audiences will do with the next movie, because it's definitely different. And the book after that, I don't think producers have the balls to go there. The full Dune story is just way too metal for production companies to throw millions and millions of dollars at. It's just gonna be way too weird for audiences to handle. I love it, but I can't see them putting faith in a budget that will cover that story. Probably just stop after the next one and keep it a solid trilogy for all of time. And if people want to see how metal it gets, they can read the books. Personally, I do have a few character nitpicks, but I would say that the hype you're seeing everywhere is real. The hype is real for Dune 2. This is one of the best sequels ever made, and the movie theater experience was unforgettable. Straight up, it was fucking awesome. See ya! Subscribe! Hold up. This thing came with popcorn? All I asked for was butter.